Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have a name. Yes, I do. I want to have a cool internet handle, or I just want to, like, use my real name. That's not fun. You know what? Don't even worry about my name. I am a critic of the games industry. Fuck, I should have came up with a script. Now, what do I want to accomplish? This is good enough. For now. Okay, this is practice. I'll just come up with something while I'm talking about it and playing. Oh yeah, there's a setting. Okay. I'm going to play on 1999 mode, which is a really difficult setting. Okay, so we need to come up with something funny there.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
What, does he ever say that in the game? I don't remember. I don't think he actually... Yeah, he does. Or is... Does he? I don't know, I'll find out. I don't feel like that's part of the game. Oops. The mind of the subject will desperately struggle to create memories where none exist, which is a quote from inside the game.
Are you going to just sit there?
As compared to what? Standing?
Not standing.
Okay. This
Rowing.
is Bioshock
Rowing.
Infinite, and I have no control over the mouse anymore. I hate that.
No.
I'm no longer in
But I
control
do
of my
expect
character.
you to
That's
do all the
annoying.
rowing.
And why is that?
Coming here was your idea.
My idea.
I've made it very clear that I
this
don't
is
believe in the exercise.
The same game as Bioshock,
No.
except better
Right, and that's
graphics.
wonderful exercise.
Then what?
The entire thought experiment.
Excuse me. How much longer?
I'm not as witty as I thought I
One goes into an
was.
experiment knowing one could fail.
But one does not undertake an experiment knowing one
just
has
anxious.
failed.
Can we get back to the rowing?
I suggest you do, but we're never going to get there.
No, I mean I'd greatly appreciate it if you would assist.
Perhaps you should ask him. I imagine he has a greater interest in getting there than I do.
I suppose he does, but there's no point in asking.
Why not?
Because he doesn't row.
He doesn't row.
No,
Doesn't row.
he doesn't row.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, these video editors probably do millions of takes. No, not millions, but a
We've
lot.
arrived. He's not moving.
He will.
He's not moving.
Eventually.
He will
Suppose he
eventually
does.
because the game demands it, because you can't do anything else. No, actually, yeah, I can't. Let's sit here. I can look at the pretty water particles. Wow, it is. It's really good. Except for that. What is there to pick apart about this game? You would think at some point they would look at me. They would say, "Why are you still there?" But no. Going too long. Okay, so I probably shouldn't have undertaken this while I'm tired, and this is practice, but I need to practice speaking my mind while I am playing the game.
Shall we tell him when we'll be returning?
That change?
It might give him some comfort.
Well, at least that's something we can agree on.
Hey! Somebody meeting me here?
I'd certainly hope so.
It does seem like a dreadful place to be stranded.
Well, maybe there's someone inside.
Well, maybe there's someone inside. Okay, that's fair. There's a light on. Did I hear a gunshot? Oh, that was thunder. Okay. Maybe I should plug the controller in. Yes, I have an Xbox controller. Yep. Okay, that's much better. So now I can maneuver slowly like it's a movie. It's a movie. Ooh. Why don't I have feet? This takes me out of the game. Let's take a look at these. Okay, there's nothing to pick apart here. This is immaculate. Oh, nope. Found the first problem. What the fuck is that? Ooh, that's shiny. I like that. Water's coming through the wood. This game just sucked me right out. I don't feel like I'm in the game anymore. Ooh, that was a fake wave. And that's not good enough. For the time, this is considerably good. But you know what? It does take me out, because I recognize that it's not real, and that's the problem. I want... What do I want? So the rain just kind of goes through everything. I wonder how often people just take the time to look at a game, and I just realized I was crawling still. But I just wonder, you know, games have gotten to the point where they're just eerily real. And I'm not saying like this totally. It doesn't. I don't think for a second that I'm saying that I feel like I'm sucked into a real world, but kind of. I mean, you got to admit, the stuff that they do get right, it does look really good. And it makes me want to, you know, explore things. I wish I could, like, stick virtual hands out and climb this damn rock. Just see what's back there. I want to know. And it's because I want the freedom as a gamer, or as the player, who is, you know, empowered, like a feminist. Like, I just want to be able to explore every nook and cranny. And I've always had that urge since I was a child. Ever since I started playing stuff like Mario 64, just for example, because that was the first 3D game that it blew my mind. I mean, I'd played games before then, but like it was, you know, it was 2D, and that's nice and it's fun and it's imaginative. But I mean, 3D is where it totally changed everything for me. And even if the graphics were still shitty back then, I mean, they're still shitty, man. Look at this. This is terrible. I mean, it's good, but it's terrible. It's good. It's good in that, you know, I like the water reflecting and the light, and like I like that. But you know, I mean, it's still clearly fake. But you know, there's little things like this when I think to myself, holy fuck, how long? How long before video games get to the point where you can't tell the difference anymore. That's really the whole thing. No, it's not. I mean, it is part of what I want to talk about, but it isn't everything. It's definitely a point, though. It's a bullet point. Do it, bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt. This is your last chance. Okay. What? Why is this here? Like, I've played this game, I don't know, 10 times now, and I'm trying to put it together. It's not that I don't get the point of the note. Like, I get that he's on the mission to bring them the girl, but who hung the note there? Why? Like, what's the significance of the note? Do it, bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt. This is your last chance. What last chance? Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt. Okay, he has a debt, but I thought that was from gambling, and I mean, you play the game and like you find out later that yeah, there's gonna be spoilers. If you think this is a spoiler-free video, you're an idiot. Okay, this is, I don't know. I didn't disclaim anything. I don't know why I'm giving that. I don't know why I'm like bitching at somebody right now, a virtual person on the internet. But this isn't going up. I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna watch myself basically and see what I come up with, and things that I want to talk about, things that I think are funny. I still don't get this. Who hung the sign here? Why is it here? I don't know. I will try to discover why as I play. And you know, if you're not really focusing on all the little details like I do, just trying to, you know, make the game fake again, and I think that's what I always try to do, is like whenever I find a new game that really just blows my mind or just exceeds all of my previous expectations, graphically or otherwise, you know, just immersive, I try to see where the barrier is. I try to see where the immersion stops. And that leads to finding a lot of shit that most people probably don't even notice. And I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that in this video, but I'm not going to be so much, or at least I'm not going to bring it to light that I'm aware of that in the main video that I want to make. This is just practice. So this should never see the light of day. It should never ever be on the internet.
It's Booker DeWitt. I guess you're expecting me?
I guess you're expecting me? Well, he's just as lost as I am. Still. You never get answers here. Okay. Of thy sins, oh great, it's religious. Shall I wash thee? So that's my first thought is, oh great, religion. That's what I want in my fucking video game. Okay, so I'm coming back to the door here, and you're probably wondering why, but I just want to know if you can close it. I don't know, I want to know. I'm OCD like that. And I'm not going to blame it on OCD, because it's not OCD. I like to see what all is possible. And I don't think that's, I don't think it's a mental condition. I just enjoy checking things out. Especially in a video game, and just seeing how much the people who made the game thought of. Eat jar of pickles. Is there ever another jar of pickles in this game? See, stuff like that. So I'm going to eat it. And I did nothing, obviously, because I haven't lost health, so it was kind of pointless being here. But I guess, you know, it's practice, you know, for the rest of the game. Practicing eating fucking shit. Like, you wouldn't know how to do that, you know? I mean, who in their right fucking mind would buy this game that is so brain-dead retarded at video games? I mean, it's a shooter, and, you know, like, the concept is... I mean, I guess it's intriguing. I guess if you were, you know... Let's just talk about this like we're a casual gamer. Like, I'm just totally casual. I've never played... You know what this video is going to be for? It's going to be for casuals. You know, people who've never played the game, never played video games before, but for whatever reason, this just happened to be the first one they played. So I'm going to play it from that perspective. I'm going to keep that in mind. writings in the bag, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat in a, wow, I have no fucking life kind of way, I bet a lot of people are thinking, but, it's really just a matter of, fuck you. You know, what are you doing with your life that's so amazing? Ooh, you make money. Yeah, well, guess what? Here's money right here. Bam. Bam, I'm richer in the game. Okay, so you have the option to do things, and ever since I've played Fable, the original, what got me into that game was, Stefan Molyneux's, I think that's his name. Is it Stephen or Stefan? I don't know. But ever since he, touted his grand vision for a game with like endless amount of choices and like how there'd be consequences and stuff, that always really intrigued me. It always stuck with me. I was like, this is the future of gaming. I cannot wait for that. And for a whole generation or so, there were games that really tried to expand upon this, and I think one of them did a really great job for its time was the Knights of the Old, or not the Knights, but Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, the old Star Wars game, Knights of the Old Republic. You had the good and the bad choices, and that's cool because it's binary, and what's cool about that, for the time is you didn't have choices that made a difference in the story, and that was it was intriguing, and it was fascinating enough that you wanted to play the game over and over again, just see what happened if you did a mixture of different things, like if you wanted to go light side from dark side and dark side to light side, or play the whole way dark side, or you know what I mean. So it was good for its time, and you would have thought that games would have went further than that, and the thing is there was a game that went further than that once. It was called Shenmue. Shenmue was a Dreamcast game. It's very, very fucking old. It's ancient now, so I figure if you're a casual, or if you're like a young person, younger than me, I'm in my 30s. You probably you have no idea what it is, or all you know is the jokes that they used to make on X-Play, I think. Whatever that channel was, that show was on, they used to make fun of, it was X-Play. They used to make fun of that game, and it was just like, the only thing that's good about it is the sailors, or something like that. I don't remember, but, oh yeah, the point was like, they were pointing out how, when the character in the game would be, okay, I'm going to talk about another game while I'm playing this fucking game. Shenmue was about, it was a typical story about revenge, more or less. The main character, Ryu, I think it was Ryu? Ryu Hazuki? Ryu. It was Ryu. It just starts out like a typical Japanese movie, or not a typical Japanese movie, but it was set in Japan or one of those countries, I don't remember. And he's just kind of like, he's coming home to his home that is a dojo, and like his dad is like the master of it. And what set this game apart from like other, RPGs, and well, it wasn't even really, it was an RPG, but it was different. It was a 3D, real world, simulator kind of game. And God, I'm getting all over the place with it. There's a lot to it, is the problem. Basically, main characters, Ryu's father just happens to be caught up with some mafia shit, like the Japanese mafia or whatever they're called. I don't remember, but like the leader of that mafia group comes in, and kills the father in like a pretty awesome little, like, oh, I have honor but I died battle, and it was his name was Londi. That was the bad guy. So Londi takes the shit, whatever it is that he came to steal. It was some sort of thing called a mirror. You're like, just play the fucking game. It's amazing. That's not important. Not the mirror. The mirror is not important. What was important was just how much freedom was in the game. And what I mean by freedom is like, okay, take this environment itself, for example. Okay, so if you've been playing games for just a few years, I don't know what your history is, but I've been playing games since I was little, so an environment like this, yeah, sure, it's really impressive. I don't know how many of you out here, I don't know how many of you are impressed by this. Like, okay, this does impress me. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the graphics are nice, and they are certainly better than Shenmue's, but not by a whole lot, actually. Shenmue came out like 10 years ago, probably more than that, but for its time, it was way ahead of its time, is the thing. And like, it was just, it was so overly budgeted that, I don't even know if I'm talking right, but the thing is, like, it was just so ambitious. They only made one sequel to it, and then, I guess, that was when the Dreamcast kind of like, shit itself as a system. It just was not able to compete with the PS2. God, I'm jumping over the place. I'm trying to keep a central theme here, that I am critiquing the games industry. And so I'm making comparisons from the past to what I see now, and so, yeah, I said that, so that's good. So I'm just gonna go right back to Shenmue. I'm gonna try and stay I'm gonna stay focused.